What's up, man?
What's up, dude?
All right, here we go. So, Tomato Cans Volume 4.
Yeah.
Wow.
Dude, it's amazing how fast these things fly by, man.
Yeah, I tell you what, I didn't think we were going to have that much to talk about in the last one, and that entire session flew by.
Yeah, I don't even know what the hell we were talking about.
Pretty much nothing. And I guess that's all right then. That's what we're going to do, right?
Yeah.
We'll get to a point where we know what we're talking about. But right now, man, we're just kind of figuring shit out.
I wonder if people are going to enjoy it as much as we are.
Yeah, I don't know. I hope so. So, I got a question, man.
What's up?
You know, I watch a lot of podcasts. I'm sure you do too. Listen to them.
Yep.
I really started thinking about there's a real pandemic out there that nobody's touching on.
What's that?
And I've been noticing a lot from these podcasts, and I did not realize that so many people nowadays need to shave their balls.
Really?
I mean,
Yeah, man. There's a whole fucking market for that shit. Dude.
I did not realize that this whole fucking manscaping thing,
Yeah,
that's a thing.
that's a real thing, man.
It's an actual thing.
That's a real thing.
I mean, I'm sorry to say this, but I don't get lost in my own woods, if you know what I mean. This forest is not that bad, and I haven't honestly even thought about shaving or trimming my balls since I was like a teenager, dude.
Man, it's one of those things, you know? Like, to be honest, man, if I don't take care of it, sometimes it gets funky, you know?
Huh.
So I do it like for hygiene and shit. I don't like do it to impress the chicks or anything, you know? But
Yeah.
for me, it just feels better, man. And you know, sometimes, like, especially in the wintertime when it's cold, and so you don't have moisture down there, and you sit wrong and the hair gets crunched up in a wrinkle or something.
Yeah, that I know. Yeah, I know
Yeah,
exactly
man.
what you're talking about. You get those random, like the phantom nut hair pulls.
Like, oh shit!
Oh yeah, I do know what you're talking about when you say that. But I just didn't think that it was that big of a deal or that big of a problem. You know what I mean? Until I started listening to these podcasts, and then I realized like it's a bigger problem than I thought, man.
Well, the problem isn't the hair. The problem is the technique in removing the hair, right?
Right, I suppose
Because
so.
I've had a couple snips here and there, man, and it's no fun, dude.
So do you have like a go-to razor for your shit, or do you use scissors? What's your deal?
No, I don't use scissors. I use a trimmer that's specifically just for that. But no, seriously, man, I think, you know, like you said, I started in my teens, and it's just something that I kept going because, you know, I don't want to sit on that phantom hair, man. The phantom pube.
Okay, well, I was just wondering, man, because like I said, dude, I think it's funny to me. I see these videos, and you know they really get, you know, in depth explaining about the manscaping process or the device that they use, or even buying one just for the sole purpose of shaving your balls with it.
I think there is definitely too much emphasis on it these days.
Right.
I think it's all because of, you know, the porn and shit. Nobody likes hair anymore, man.
Yeah, and that's weird, right? I mean, hey, I love porn. You know, I mean, don't get me wrong, porn is great, but I guess I'm not really watching porn to see the trends on the pubic hair.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's not what I look at when I watch porn.
I'm not looking at it and saying, hey, man, maybe I should shave myself that way.
Look at that landing strip. That's what I'm going for. That's what I need to
That's
have.
the new look right there. Man. That's the banger.
That's the summer bod look, I suppose. The COVID-19 summer 2020 look.
The big old C right there.
Yeah, maybe I should just shave a C in for COVID. Coronavirus taking over.
There you go.
Anyways,
So do you think there's going to be a baby boom in 9 months from now?
yeah, I think so. Fuck yeah, I think so. I mean, not at my house.
Right, we've both been married for a little bit too long.
Yeah, I put my time in, you know, to say the least, but I'm not expecting, nor should I be expecting, when this is all said and done, to have another kid.
Right, exactly, man.
That was never the goal for me.
I'm done there, man.
Oh shit, yeah, I'm done. But yeah, I definitely think there's going to be some people that got themselves into some situations that they can't get out of, and they won't be finding out for a few months. And when they do, here's the two biggest things, right? The two biggest things that I predict we're going to see out of all this bullshit: home foreclosures and babies.
Nice.
You know,
Nice. Yeah.
I don't know which one's better. And actually, to be honest, they both sound like shit to me.
Right. Exactly.
Go ahead and have your kids, people.
What's the craziest home remedy, home cure that you've heard for coronavirus?
The coronavirus, man. I mean, besides the gargling hydrogen peroxide or injecting or
Clorox?
yeah, Clorox or hydrochloroquine or whatever the hell it might be. You know, I don't really know, man. I think the thing that drives me the craziest, or more than anything, isn't what I've heard about like the home remedy possibility, but it's whenever you actually hear about the people that are doing these home remedies.
Right.
You know what I mean? When you hear about somebody who thinks that it's a smart idea to actually try to swallow bleach or whatever the fuck it might be in order
Pond cleaner?
yeah, exactly. Like, what the hell? That only in Arizona, huh? And that sounds like something that I'd be saying about Oklahoma. But no, really, only in Arizona would you find the guy that's using pond cleaner because it's got the ingredient in it that's going to make the corona go away. And he didn't even have it.
Right. Well, last night I was watching, I was on Facebook and I was scrolling through the videos and everything. And I came across this lady that she was talking in earnest, you know? She said that she had just survived her bout with corona, and her husband was infected as well. And she was you know, a little bit older, so she's in that the hot zone, I guess you can say. And she was going on about the story about, like, you know, she wouldn't say what it was, like she wouldn't say the cure, but she wanted to go through her whole story. So she said she was telling us how she got infected. They were at a dinner, and her husband had contracted it from somebody that obviously had it but didn't know. And so I think her and some other people at the party, I don't know, the fucking whole family got infected or whatever. They went to the hospital and they had trouble getting admitted because of all this bullshit. And then they finally said, you know, they read up on the CDC that the hospital had to admit them in if they had coronavirus, and or if they suspected that they had it. It went on and on and on, and then started saying shit like, you know, in this day and age, especially with this disease going on, if somebody knows of a cure, you know, it's their duty to pass it on. They shouldn't be hoarding it onto this type of information. So I'm bought into this shit, right? Like I'm like, oh fuck, she had the answer, man. She knows, she's been through it, and so I'm listening, and like 15 minutes in, I'm like, what the hell is the cure, man? What the hell is the cure? And she kept on telling her story. So finally she goes, okay, so now I'm ready to tell you. And this was I swear all my life that this is the thing that absolutely fixed me, because whatever they gave me didn't help. She said, out of desperation, she drank her own urine.
Well, I mean, but she was cured, right?
Hey, she's still alive, man.
I mean, that's the key,
Like,
right?
what would you do, right?
Would I drink my own urine?
If they, so now that you know, and you're sitting in the hospital bed, right? And they tried every which way, frontwards, backwards, sideways, to cure you, and nothing's working, and you feel like it's getting worse and worse. And then you think that, hey, on tomato cans, we talked about drinking your own piss.
You know what? You know, fuck, man. I think if that was the case, yeah, I might give it a try.
Maybe, right?
You know, I just might. If they, like you said, you present it to me in that kind of terms, yeah, I might just give it a try. I mean, you never know, right?
Yeah, you don't. But here's the follow-up question. Would you drink somebody else's piss?
What if there was only one dick that had the cure? You know what I mean? What if it was Trump's?
Oh,
What if it came down to this whole time we've been dealing with all this bullshit? It turns out
Trump's piss is the shit.
Trump's piss is the golden piss. It's the piss, the cure-all, the end-all. How many fucking triggered people would actually drink it if they knew it would save their life?
Shit, dude. The motherfuckers be sucking his dick for that shit, man.
Yeah, how many people would also die because they would not?
Right. That's fucking crazy shit, man.
Hydrochloroquine, whatever.
That fucking bleach tinted shit.
Right. Talking about that freaking European Sudafed laced piss that he's got. That's what we need. I need the shit that keeps me awake and it cures the corona. You know what I mean?
And bleaches your hair.
Yeah.
Turns your skin brown orange.
Give me that fucking comb over for free, man. Throw that in as a bonus and I'm sold. I think I'm sold.
Yeah. Some traces of Rogaine in that shit.
I wonder if there's like picograms. What if like corona comes around and like, it stays in your system? We got picograms.
How do you USADA test that shit?
What if that's the next big thing in the USADA scandals is fucking this guy still got the COVID. John Jones. Not only does he have the picograms of steroids, now he's got COVID picos. He's a fucking risk. He's a risk. Get him out of here.
Peter Pan.
Dude, that would be the worst. Not only hit and run, nah, not that big of a deal.
Well,
steroid user, not really.
We can look past the code.
Yeah, we can do that. You know, cocaine, everybody. Fuck, cocaine's a hell of a drug. Yes, for James. But talking about COVID, this motherfucker's got picograms.
Get the fuck out of here!
Fuck out of here! Dude, I think I even joked around with you about this, like, when this first started all going down, but can you imagine? I honestly think there's going to be a point in time during this whole thing that we're going to need to get, like, the test, and we're going to have a card, you know, that says we passed our COVID test. When is it? When do we start slinging fake fucking fake certified tests? You know?
I need a passing score.
Right? You know somebody? What you need, a passport? Nah, motherfucker. Passport? Shit, I ain't trying to fly nowhere. I need that COVID card. You got the COVID card? I need to pass that test, bro. They won't let me into my fucking grocery stores anymore, dude. I can't eat.
What if it was just some like people that had the magic cure-all urine, man?
Man, we'll just start going. Would it be like a blood bank? You know, except it's like the urine bank. You go to the urine bank to get your fix.
What if it was Hercules?
Oh, he's like,
oh shit.
I've been telling you motherfuckers for years.
I've been fixing bitches for years, man.
I've been fixing bitches since bitches didn't know they needed fixing. Can I get a little some of that?
Oh shit, man.
Is that remix edition of the COVID kitchen? Mama piss on your body and their COVID's in remission.
Fuck, man. They'd make R. Kelly president and shit, dude.
Oh, shit. He'd go from most notorious to the most greatest in a matter of moments.
Oh, shit.
He cures the world of COVID. Him and Trump. Hand in hand. Now, that's an Ebony and Ivory.
Oh, shit.
Right there, bro.
Woo, man.
Bringing it back. We thought Kanye and Trump was one thing. Nah, man, what we really needed was Trump and R. Kelly.
That's right, man. Kanye ain't got nothing on R. Kelly.
Nope.
Oh, shit.
Man, speaking of which, so Kanye.
What up?
I mean, geez, man. I like Kanye. Kanye's dope, man. I'm not going to lie. I love a lot of his old shit. I listen to a lot of his old shit. And even there's a couple of songs on that, on his gospel album that hit pretty hard, man. It sounds good. He's got some dope beats. I just don't necessarily agree with. I feel like he's doing this more as like a stunt, right?
You think so?
I mean, kind of publicity. kind of trying to get.
I think that's the shit that ruined him, man.
Yeah, and I agree with that. But I think that even with his newest iteration of himself, he kind of looks at it like this is another way to come across to people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, like once you get infected with that shit, right?
What, COVID?
No, just like being in the give me R. Kelly.
Yeah, it's like, well, I mean, I'm sure he's got R. Kelly on speed now, bro.
No, but like even so, say like Kobe Bryant,
Yeah.
for instance, right? When he first started out, he was a class act minus all the
Rape allegations.
yeah, the rape allegations and shit earlier. But he was a class act,
Yeah.
and then you see how his career progressed, and I mean, he never fell off the ball or anything. He was always good, but the constant comparisons to Jordan with trying to keep up with trying to be the best ever and always being in the public eye, people criticizing you for every little shit. I'm sure that shit will grind on you after a while,
I mean, it has to, right?
Yeah, and then towards the end of his career, I thought that he turned into sort of like a dick, man.
Yeah, the last few years, especially when he had to carry the team, that was kind of the worst version of Kobe, right?
Yeah.
Because you saw like the high years, the good years, the low years. Those low years were pretty low for the league.
Right.
You know what I mean, and specifically Kobe. However, it's weird. I don't know if you've been watching any of the Jordan documentary at all.
I haven't gotten into it yet, man.
So I think I'm on episode I'm about halfway through episode 3, the Rodman episode, pretty much. And it's crazy when you start seeing like some of the stuff that Jordan did. Well, we were young enough. Like I remember watching him. The '97 Bulls.
Mm-hmm.
I was like 15 years old, so I definitely remember that. But at the time, I grew up. I wasn't necessarily a Jordan fan. I always thought of him kind of like I liked him, and he was great. And
Yeah.
I knew he was great, but I liked to root against him more than I liked rooting for him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I was also never a big guy. I didn't own Jordans. I
Mhm.
never really wore Jordans.
Right.
I didn't have posters of Jordan. Actually, I did. I had one of the wingspan ones where it's just his arms like stretched out, and it's just like his wingspan. I had that poster up. But I always I loved to hate Jordan in his prime more than love to love him.
Yeah.
With Kobe though, I think maybe because of the age, and I mean I've been a diehard Spurs fan, so watching Kobe like destroy my team a few times over the years sucked. But I watched Kobe with a different affinity than I did with Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
Like to me, I would actually Kobe was that guy that I saw, and I mean, I guess also too because I saw him play in real life a lot.
Yeah.
Having season tickets and getting to see him more so in real life, it changed the way I felt about the Kobe Jordan thing. But then I watch these videos now, and like Jordan, man, that guy, he really is like that. No quit.
Yeah.
No BS. He's gonna win at all costs.
Well, you don't get to be at his level if you're a quitter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And that's for sure. I mean, you don't get to become that guy no matter what if you don't have that competitive streak. But
Yeah.
it blows my mind to think like the stuff that he did or said. It's the stuff that you always want to be, or you in your perfect scenario, perfect world, you are.
Yeah.
But how often does that come to fruition?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And that guy had the will. It was just like this killer instinct. But it's just crazy. Like I don't even remember where I was going to go with that, honestly. But yeah, you see these guys. I mean, those guys especially. There's only one Kobe. There's only one Jordan. You know,
Right.
There's only a few faces on that Mount Rushmore of athletes or even just celebrities in general.
Yeah, I was a lot like you too. I mean, I didn't like Jordan because I was a Laker fan.
Right.
And things are different these days. I think people follow players more than they follow teams.
Yeah.
But it was a rivalry. There was true rivalries back then in the late 80s and early 90s.
Yeah, for
that
sure.
you don't see so much. These days, it's all about this person versus that person, and no one really cares about the team anymore.
Yeah,
You know?
I agree with that. Yeah. Well, and that's the idea of free agency now. I mean, even though it's been around for a while, you look at what LeBron's done.
Right.
I mean, he's gone to more than one team, and he's been successful in more than one place, but he doesn't have the same legacy
Yeah.
that you would see with a Kobe or with a Michael. And even though even Mike, he went and played for the Wizards
Right.
at the end of his career. But I mean, everybody knows like that's not what you think about.
Right.
Like,
Right.
You don't think about that when you see Jordan.
Wasn't that a power move on his part because he wanted to become part owner or something?
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what all the details were. I mean, I know like pretty much when the Bulls, their whole thing kind of ended, he didn't like the way that it ended. He wasn't happy about it, and he always had that issue with management stuff anyways.
Yeah.
So I'm not really sure. I need to go back and look at that and actually see into it if it was more a power move or if it was the Bulls were just over him. I don't know, man. I'm not sure, but it's crazy.
Well, I mean, that's obviously a problem, right? When the players become bigger than the coaches, then the structure kind of falls apart.
Yeah. Well, and you look, I mean, in sports in general, see, I have a hard time now. Look how ridiculous the salaries are getting.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it's weird to think. I mean, the amount that a franchise is worth in general, I mean, we're talking billions now.
Right.
It's not just millions. We're talking billions. And not even that highly valued franchises in the $1 billion range, as opposed to, 9 figures, which just sounds unbelievable. So, right? But you think these players too, I mean, in all sports, where's the justification or where is the limit to when a player is valued at $40 million a year?
I don't know, man, because I'm a big believer in the free market. I mean, I guess ticket sales drives that shit, but it's so skewed the other way. You know what I mean?
And these players, when they start making this amount of money, they're yielding a power that is just short of the owner.
Right.
You know what I mean? They're pretty much the second in command. I know they're not the general manager. They're not a part of the executive side, but when a player's demanding $40 million a year,
right.
I mean, you can't say that guy doesn't have some sort of input or pull,
Yeah, and in a lot of cases, they're actually more powerful than the GMs,
Yeah.
I mean, ultimately, the GMs write their checks, but they're the driving force that brings the people in to see the games.
With LeBron, that's the big thing with him. He's played like that GM role without being the GM for years.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's something I think that's a big change with sports now. I mean, besides like the pussy fouls, the game is not, basketball specifically is not physical like it used to be. But I mean, it's just weird because the players now wield the control and the power.
Yeah.
And they used to not.
Yeah.
I just don't see where like the justification necessarily for a guy to make $40 million a year and then be unhappy potentially in a situation.
Well, I mean, beyond playing ball, they obviously have to know how to act too, right?
Yeah, for sure, man. You gotta take a charge anymore, not even a real charge anymore.
Man, I'm telling you,
just gotta know how to flop.
Harden needs a couple of Emmys out there, man.
I tell you what, man, that guy, he's so good though. He can score like no other, man. It's just that mentality and that style.
Right.
It's translated to this game nowadays so well. So I say so well, but it's just that's the way it fits. You know what I mean? The game is made to be. It's the pussification of American sports, right?
Is that a reflection on our society, though?
Yes, a little bit. Look at the medals situation, kids.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I love watching the kids play sports, and I'm not that parent that's on the side, hounding them and making sure that always having to do their best. I just want them to go out there and have fun. But I also, on the flip side of that, is I don't see the justification in like a participation medal.
Right. Right.
I mean, if you earn it, you earn it. That's great. But if not, like, I don't think everybody needs a trophy to be.
Yeah, no, that builds that entitlement, you know.
Yeah.
And,
And that touches, I mean, with everything you do, right?
I agree, man. Things become more valuable when you have to work for it and you actually earn it. You know.
Fuck yeah, man. I remember, I mean, even playing sports, like I remember in high school was the first level where I realized that there was more than just me playing sports involved in me being on the team. You know what I mean? And that came down to like parents. I'd never experienced where like parents were dictating or the reason why a kid was playing on the team. And all of a sudden in high school, we had kids whose parents were on PTO and they're playing and you're like, who the fuck is that? You know what I mean? Like people I played against my entire life that I never even thought about. I'd always started above or played against and no problem. Now these kids are getting that first chance and I'm like, that doesn't make any sense to me.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Or, you bust your ass off, practice every day, do your 2-a-days and show up, never miss any practices and everybody gets treated the same. What kind of message are you trying to convey, man?
Yeah, it is what it is. Sports is crazy, man. I love it, but at the same time, it's just, there's some stuff that's getting a little ridiculous out there with sports. And to be honest, even over this whole break with the cancellation of sports, I don't think I've watched that much TV whatsoever. You know what I mean? Like, I've watched a lot of Netflix, that's for sure. Watched the shit out of Ozark, that's over now. I've watched Better Call Saul, that's over. Saw all those. So I've just been watching stuff, but my like live TV, the majority for me has always been sports. And now it's not.
Right.
And it's just weird. I don't think when sports come back, I don't think it's going to be the same either.
No?
No. I don't know. The idea of like arena sports,
Right.
Now, what's that normal going to be?
I don't know, man, but if sports goes under, there's a lot of things that are tied to sports. And I don't know if they're going to let it go under,
And I don't think it'll go under. I think that it's going to be weird because even when they start kind of starting back up one by one individually, they figure these plans out. You're not going to have crowds.
Right.
You're going to have a few people like.
Yeah, weren't they talking about like closed circuit televised matches and shit?
Yeah, pretty much. And I mean, that kind of seems like the best way to go about it. But how long do you do that?
Right.
When do you say, like, I guess that comes down to vaccinations and everything else, but when do you really decide or like what's best? How the fuck are we going to go about that?
Yeah, it's tough to say, man. I think everybody's kind of wondering what the hell's going to be the new norm now, or once things start to clear up. It's going to be crazy, man.
Right.
But I also think that us as a society, we have such short attention spans. Like, it's probably just going to go back to normal.
Yeah. Well, that brings me to the next question I've got.
Right.
And I mean, what do you really think about movie theaters in this whole situation?
So, we talked a little bit about this offline, but yeah, I agree with you in that they've been raping us as far as price at the concessions. And, I've always thought that it was a waste of money to go see a movie, especially with streaming services out there.
Right.
I always felt like they were on the brink of becoming obsolete anyways.
Right. Yeah, I mean, like, and I was telling you, I don't know if you've seen or read, but that article with AMC and Universal. So AMC Theaters is going to stop showing Universal movies because Universal put out specifically Trolls World Tour during all this on digital services.
Right.
And now AMC is coming and saying, well, since they did that, they're not going to put out new Universal releases in their theaters anymore. And I wonder, like, is that like a power move? Are you really like showing, if you're the theater, are you trying to show that you still have the power? Because the way I see that is, kind of a bitch move.
I don't know. I mean, like, it almost sounds as if you're cutting off your right leg to spite your left leg.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? They both rely on each other so much, right? Okay, so Universal made their money off of this movie by pre-releasing through streaming services. But that's not always going to be the case. You know what I mean? It's specific to our predicament right now. And so when everybody's out and about again, there's diehard people who will not watch a movie at all unless it's in the movie theaters.
Right.
And so those people generate a lot of revenue for the theaters, which generate a lot of revenue for the production companies. So I think that they're both dumb.
I mean, you think like you said right there, because that's, I guess, for my opinion, the biggest opponent to my opinion would be the guy, like you said, that want to go see movies strictly in theaters.
Right.
I mean, is that because of the atmosphere, or is that because the whole idea of going out to a theater, you're getting out of the house? Because personally, I would rather not spend the money. I would rather stay at home. I'd rather, if I could buy it at the house for $20 or $30, that's still cheaper than taking the whole fucking family out.
That's true, but some people, they like the experience, you know? The quality is definitely a lot better. Some people, I mean, it's, going to the movies is synonymous with taking a chick out, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, first dates.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
first dates.
there's a lot more to a movie theater than just going to see a movie.
Yeah, you can't do the hole in the popcorn trick.
Right.
Hey.
So she pours that hot butter in.
Then you find out that's the new shit you like.
That's right.
Hot wax? No, give me that hot butter.
You need a cure for Corona?
Drink some of Donald Trump's piss and pour this hot butter on your dick, baby. You'll love it. Man, I don't know, dude. I personally would like to see theaters go through a very hard shift. And if theaters disappeared, or if they had to relocate or rechange their game, so fucking be it.
Yeah, I don't understand how they survived for so long.
No.
I mean, obviously they capitalized or they monopolized that type of thing. You know what I mean? You can only go see movie releases at the theater. There's no other option for you.
Yeah.
But you know, I think who was it? It was Sony, right? Sony was the first one to do that shit with the North Korea movie.
Oh yeah, with Seth Rogen, right?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I thought that for sure things were gonna pick up after that.
Yeah.
Movie theaters were gonna die.
Well, maybe even there's been a few, you know, even since that, there's been those few times where you can see they put a movie out or something, but it just doesn't seem, it's not like a norm yet. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's just kind of like an extra thing that you can do. But now with the way this is changing, or this is going to kind of change everything. I don't know exactly, you know, what all will change, but definitely you can see the avenues for new ways to generate revenue for movie companies, right?
Right.
And part of that, like I said, I would rather sit at home on a Friday night and watch a new release and kind of have my kids and my wife or whoever it might be on my couch.
Yeah.
You can make a dinner.
Right.
You can still eat popcorn.
Exactly.
Let's be honest. I mean, even like when it comes to concessions, aside from popcorn, if I can go across the street beforehand and get the fucking candy or whatever and then sneak it in, I'm going to do it.
Whatever kind you want, you know, you don't, you're not at their mercy.
You don't get handcuffed by being there at their situation. You know?
Right.
You don't pay that much. And I was thinking too, even like after a movie, right? You go see a movie. When you're done with the movie, you know, say it's you and your girl. Well, now, like, you're still having fun. You want to continue the night. Well, let's hit the bar right there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So now we're going to the bar next door, and you're spending more money, which it could be part of the date. That could be what you want to do, but it adds to the overall expense for that night out. You know?
Yeah. Not me, man. I'm going straight to fucking.
No shit. Yeah, we're going from movie to fucking, and sometimes it might even just be straight fucking.
Fuck the movie.
I mean, fuck the movie, and we're just in the car.
Well, wait till the shit comes on streaming.
Yeah, right? Yeah, exactly. Oh, we can watch this at home. They digitally released it, too.
Wait till it shows up on the Fire Stick, man.
Yeah, no shit. Man, I love the Fire Stick, but I hate that shit at the same time, man.
Yeah, I was into the Kodi thing before the Fire Sticks came out.
Right.
That shit was a pain in the ass, man.
Yeah, man. Even and that you see, to me, that's kind of that that real first example of what streaming digital service could be.
Right.
Except you get it for free, But if it works there, I don't see why we can't more adopt a scenario or situation where these damn theaters don't get all that profit.
Right.
I mean, it's not our fault if these theater companies have overbuilt themselves or overhired or are charging a premium that is no longer feasible for their customer. You know what I mean?
Right.
And you look now, like the way things are going. I mean, people are losing jobs. We're having a hard reset all of a sudden.
Yeah.
So how the fuck are people going to pay for this shit?
Yeah, man. There's no reason why a movie for two should cost $50, man.
No.
That's just ridiculous.
Absolutely not. And I think that's where in my eyes, I think that the movie theater industry, the way it is, should die a slow, painful death. If they do, so fucking be it. I mean, as we go along, we adapt, we evolve, we figure out new ways to do shit.
Right.
There was a time where like you would look at like a drive-in theater was the norm.
Right.
How about now?
Hey, I heard they might be making a comeback. Man.
Yeah, I know. And actually, I saw something that like bands, like concerts.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's the way to go, man. That's the way to go.
Dude, that would be sweet though, right?
Yeah.
That would be cool to be able to go to a concert, pull your car up in there, you sit in your car.
Could you imagine the traffic going in and out? Oh shit.
It's bad enough as it is to go to a concert.
Man, definitely be a lot of fucking going on.
Yeah. A lot of wrecks too.
Yeah, I feel sorry for those young bucks, man, if there's no more TV movies, man.
Yeah.
That's where you learn how to practice those moves and shit. Man.
That's true. How many movies did you like sneak into? I remember like some of the coolest times I had as a kid, like a teenager, young teenager, even not a teenager, just younger than that, like going to a theater, you watch the movie that you went to see.
Right.
Then you sneak into another one.
Yeah.
You catch a double feature.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or like you said, you take a girl, buy the popcorn. You're like, hey, let's go check out this movie instead.
Bust the old Yanni move.
Mm-hmm. You said, like it's whatever movie's out at the time, and like it might show a little bit of skin. Like, look, I saw butt cheek. Ooh. That's the movie you want to take your girl to.
You think the girls knew what was going on?
Oh man, I don't. Well, it depends on what age you're talking, I guess.
Right around that, 15-ish.
They had to know.
You think so?
I mean, I would think so. But, I would think so. At the same time, though, I don't know if I knew what I was exactly thinking or doing when I was trying to.
True that.
It all sounded fun until you actually had to put the moves on.
Right.
Then at that point, who the fuck knows what happens,
But it played so well in my head, man.
I know, right? It was just all, screeching halt.
Right.
The origination of the Me Too movement. Man, we're lucky we didn't have fucking cameras and shit back then. I think about that all the time. Like, the shit that I did, all the craziest shit, we didn't have.
Oh, yeah, man.
Camera phones.
No fucking evidence.
Oh, my God. Thank you.
Thank you. I don't know if gossip is a good thing or a bad thing, man.
I mean, I would rather go with the he said, she said versus I got that shit on my fucking iPhone, bitch.
Right.
You know what I mean? I didn't say that, honey. Oh, yeah, you did. I got it on tape. Well, nowadays, I guess, as things go along, it just be like, motherfuckers deep faked me.
Right.
That ain't me. I got deep faked.
Oh, man. That shit's fucking creepy, dude.
I tell you what, that's something else that, like, I really want to start fucking with. No bullshit, man. Some of that deepfake technology is really fucking cool.
Wow.
Again, depending on the use of it, right?
Right.
Don't use it for bad, but I mean, you can do some fun shit with it.
Yeah, I bet.
Like some of those comedy videos that come out now with the deepfake stuff, they're pretty fucking funny, I like the idea of like the same as superimposing your face on a funny picture and posting that up in our group chats.
Right.
Like I like that idea of putting up these.
Man, you're fucking quick with that shit, dude.
I love that shit.
Spot on and shit too, man.
That shit.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, I want to get my fucking my Photoshop, getting back to that. I don't fuck around with Photoshop. You know, I can do it now quickly on phones and stuff because I've gotten used to it. But I got to get back into it. I love that shit. Man.
Wow, man.
And again, that's what touching on, like we were talking about doing videos and shit. We could easily get into that shit.
Nice.
You know?
Yeah.
Start doing all sorts of shit. We'll have some fun for sure, man.
I hope, hopefully, like one day we'll actually get into like making movies and shit, man.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome for me.
Yeah. I mean, even with this podcast, I mean, we can do the podcast, we can have fun with these, but we could easily incorporate little side videos into the channels, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Side projects and just fucking around, making like just whatever videos, commercials for us or whatever the fuck we want to do.
Right.
It don't fucking matter. Well, shit, man.
How far we got?
I don't know. Been another decent amount of time already. Let's see over here. You got anything else you want to talk about?
Yeah.
It's about fucking 43 more minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
Fuck, man. This shit is fucking crazy, dude.
It's like a drug, dude.
It's like a black hole or portal and shit, man. You go in here and all time stops and shit, you know?
It does, man. Makes me wonder what going into that Rogan room's like. You know what I mean?
Man, that's gotta be
When you get in
insane.
the Rogan room and this shit
Yeah.
fucking flies by. I can't imagine.
I think I'd freeze up if I was in Rogan's room, man.
Yeah, I think about that. I've thought to myself, like, what the fuck would that be like?
Yeah, I'd be like his most boring interview ever.
All the times you listen and you hear it or whatever, and you think like, oh man, I could really chop it up with this guy. You put me in that fucking room, I tell you this much, I'll fuck some shit up, and not in a good way.
Right.
That would be the most probably. He'd be like, dude,
Just get the fuck out.
get out of here. So how was it? You think I'll ever be back on? No, man.
You fucking keep me up.
Okay. We can't even put this video on YouTube, dude. It's just that fucking boring. You can't even go on YouTube.
Right.
You gotta be bad if they don't.
Fucking Jamie tossed it.
Yeah, right.
Jamie didn't even push the record.
Right. Oh, something happened.
Yeah.
I don't know. We didn't get the video. Oh, darn. Oh, man. Well, fuck, dude. Another 45-minute.
Yeah, man, that's fucking awesome, dude. I can't believe how much fun we're having doing this shit, man.
Yeah. We're building. We got to keep it going, but we'll get this thing going. I mean, farther we go, the more interesting it'll be. You know?
Well, I think we had a pretty good start, though, man.
Yeah, for sure.
I think if that went up, I think we'd get a lot of laughs.
I hope so. I hope you fuckers are enjoying this shit.
Yeah, you better. Fucking, if you want someone that's pissed to cure your corona.
I mean, dude, if you want the magic fist, you gotta listen to this. I'll pass on the word to R. Kelly and company.
Hell yeah.
Well, all right, brother, man. What do you think? You think we'll just fucking go and get this shit over with for right now?
Yeah, bro, man. We recorded 3 sessions today, was it?
Two good ones.
2 good ones
A
and
little fuck around.
a teaser, right? Or 2
Yeah,
teasers?
little mix up, fucking around teaser.
Yeah, man.
Well, yeah, I like it, man.
Yeah, me too. I'm
All right, B. It's good to talk to you again, brother.
All right, bro.
Till next time, tomato cans out.
Peace.
Peace.